Do you ever feel like no matter how hard you work, your debt just keeps piling up? Credit cards, student loans, car payments, it's like a never-ending cycle. Every month you make payments, but somehow the balance never seems to go down. Sound familiar? You're not alone. In fact, over 80% of Americans carry some form of debt. And with rising interest rates, the cost of borrowing is higher than ever. But here's the truth. Most people don't stay in debt because they're lazy or irresponsible. They stay in debt because they don't have a system to break free. But what if I told you that there's a way out? A proven strategy that could help you take control of your finances, pay off your debt faster, and finally breathe easy. In today's video, I'm going to reveal 5 powerful steps that can help you escape the debt trap. No gimmicks, no fluff, just real, actionable strategies that work. Debt can feel overwhelming, like quicksand pulling you deeper with every interest charge. But the biggest mistake people make is thinking they can ignore it, hoping it will go away. The truth? The longer you wait, the worse it gets. That's why in this video we're going to break it all down. We'll talk about simple yet effective ways to face your debt, cut unnecessary expenses, use strategic repayment methods, and even increase your income to accelerate your financial freedom. Whether you're drowning in credit card bills or struggling with student loans, these steps will help you take back control. So, if you're ready to stop stressing about money and start making real progress, stay with me until the end. Because by the time this video is over, you'll have a clear roadmap to getting out of debt, once and for all. Step 1. Face your debt. The first step to getting out of debt is also the hardest, facing it. If you're like most people, you probably avoid looking at your total debt because it feels overwhelming. Maybe you make the minimum payments each month without actually knowing how much you owe in total. But here's the truth, you can't fix what you don't confront. Ignoring your debt won't make it go away. In fact, it only makes things worse. Interest continues to pile up, and the longer you wait, the more you'll owe. That's why it's time to rip off the Band-Aid and get a clear, honest picture of your financial situation. Here's what you need to do. Grab a notebook, open a spreadsheet, or use a budgeting app, whatever works best for you. Write down every single debt you have. List out your credit card balances, student loans, car payments, personal loans, everything. Next, write down the interest rates and the minimum payments for each one. This step might feel scary, but trust me, it's empowering. Because once you have everything in front of you, you're no longer guessing. You're in control. Now take a deep breath. You might feel overwhelmed looking at the numbers, but don't let that stop you. This is just the starting point. Knowing your exact debt balance is the first step to creating a winning strategy. And the good news? You're not alone in this process. In the next steps, we'll go over how to organize and attack this debt efficiently. But for now, celebrate this small victory. You've taken the first step toward financial freedom. Step 2. Create a budget and cut unnecessary expenses. Now that you know exactly how much debt you have, it's time to take control of your money. And that starts with one simple but powerful tool, a budget. If you don't have a budget, you're flying blind with your finances. You might be spending way more than you realize on things that don't really matter, while struggling to make your debt payments. The first step is tracking your income and expenses. Write down exactly how much money you bring in each month and list every expense. Rent, groceries, utilities, subscriptions, dining out, and, of course, your debt payments. Be honest with yourself. Look at your last 3 months of spending to see where your money is actually going. Next, identify areas where you can cut back. Are you paying for multiple streaming services but only using one? Spending $5 a day on coffee when you could make it at home? Small changes add up quickly. Even saving $200 a month can mean an extra $2,400 a year toward paying off your debt. Budgeting isn't about depriving yourself. It's about being intentional with your money. Every dollar saved is a dollar that can help you break free from debt faster. So take control, create a plan, and stick to it. Because the more disciplined you are now, the sooner you'll achieve financial freedom. Step 3. Use the snowball or avalanche method. Now that you have a budget in place, it's time to focus on the most important part, paying down your debt. But where do you even start when you have multiple debts? The key is using a strategic method, not just randomly throwing money at different balances. And when it comes to debt repayment, two powerful strategies stand out: the snowball method and the avalanche method. Let's start with the snowball method. This strategy focuses on paying off your smallest debt first while making minimum payments on the rest. Once the smallest debt is gone, you take that payment and apply it to the next smallest one, and so on. Like a snowball rolling downhill, your momentum builds as you knock out each balance. This method is great if you need quick wins to stay motivated. Now, if you're more focused on saving money in the long run, the avalanche method might be a better fit. With this approach, you attack the debt with the highest interest rate first while making minimum payments on the others. Once that high-interest debt is gone, you move on to the next highest, and so on. The advantage? You pay less in interest overall, meaning you get out of debt faster and for less money. The sooner you commit to a plan, the sooner you'll be free from debt. So, take action today, choose your method, start making extra payments, and watch your balances shrink faster than you ever thought possible. Step 4. Increase your income. Cutting expenses is a great start, but sometimes it's just not enough. If you're only focused on saving money, you're playing defense. But if you really want to get out of debt faster, you also need to go on offense, by increasing your income. Think about it, there's only so much you can cut from your budget, but there's no limit to how much you can earn. The more money you bring in, the faster you can pay off your debt. So where do you start? One of the easiest ways is to pick up a side hustle. Whether it's freelancing, driving for a rideshare company, selling items online, or even tutoring, there are endless ways to make extra cash in your free time. Even an extra $200 to $500 a month can make a huge difference when put directly toward debt. Another option? Ask for a raise at your current job. If you've been a valuable employee, don't be afraid to negotiate a higher salary. Do your research, highlight your contributions, and have that conversation. It could put thousands of extra dollars in your pocket each year. More income means more power over your finances. So don't just rely on cutting back. Find ways to earn more and supercharge your debt payoff journey. Step 5. Negotiate and consolidate debt. Most people don't realize this, but debt isn't always set in stone. In many cases, you can negotiate better terms or even reduce what you owe. The key is knowing how to ask. Start by calling your creditors. If you have a good payment history, ask for a lower interest rate. Many credit card companies are willing to reduce your rate if you simply ask. A lower interest rate means more of your payment goes toward the actual debt instead of just covering interest. If you're struggling to make payments, don't wait until you're behind. Contact your lender and ask about hardship programs. Many banks offer temporary relief like lower payments or paused interest to help you get back on track. Another option is debt consolidation. This means combining multiple debts into one loan with a lower interest rate. It simplifies your payments and can save you thousands in interest over time. But be careful, make sure you're getting a lower rate and not just extending your debt longer. Negotiating and consolidating debt won't erase it overnight, but it can make repayment easier and faster. A simple phone call could be the difference between years in debt and financial freedom. Getting out of debt isn't easy, but it is possible. The key is to take action. Let's quickly recap what we covered. First, face your debt. Know exactly what you owe. Second, create a budget and cut unnecessary expenses. Third, use the snowball or avalanche method to pay off your debt strategically. Fourth, increase your income to speed up the process. And finally, negotiate or consolidate your debt to make repayment easier. No matter where you are right now, the most important thing is to start. Even small steps add up over time. Imagine how different your life will feel once you're debt-free. Less stress, more financial freedom, and the ability to use your money the way you want. So, which step are you going to take first? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more smart money tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.